thought you meant me. My feet are burning.
Yeah. Good morning, welcome to iCare, iMove. Move More Falls Prevention Programme. It's Monday morning, we're on week 13. I think we've just run through some assessments privately, so we're going to make a start with the rest of the session. So we're over halfway through, so slightly more in standing, but as usual, if you're not up to it today, you can always do most of it seated. Come into standing if you can, but if you're sitting, make sure you pump your feet and just rest when you need to. So we're going to start by pumping our heels, and I'm going to come straight up to standing today. But if you want to stay seated until you're a bit warmer, then you can. So I'm going to stand up safely and confidently, and I'm going to walk around the back of my chair, and I'm going to continue pumping my heels. Now, you're going to swing your arms as well. So swinging your arms, relaxing through your shoulders. So try to take that tension away from your shoulders by sending them backwards a little bit. Opening out your chest, and that means you can breathe better. You can get more energy, you can get more room for your breath if your chest is open. You can always hold onto your chair, pop one hand on your chair if needs be. Lovely. So just starting to warm up your bodies and your joints, your muscles. Fabulous. Okay. So we're going to start to move the ankles and toes. So lifting the heels, lifting the toes. So you're used to this one now. So we're working around the ankle joint, stretching and squeezing the muscles and ligaments around the ankle joint. And if you just want to stand and heel pump here, you can if you've got a stiff ankle. But actually, if you've got a stiff ankle, even more reason to do this. So change feet, so heel toe, heel toe. Try not to hold your breath, and it's warm today, so make sure you drink plenty of water, keep hydrated, and that also helps your muscles and all your blood vessels to work really well, really efficiently. Okay, we're going to come back to that march, holding on or not. So we're going to think posture now. So I want you to just stand still. Take your feet wider than hips, soften through the knees, and then roll through those shoulders. If we could just come to the main camera, that'd be great. So rolling through those shoulders, up, back, and all the way down. So you can see that when I'm rolling and taking my hands behind me, that's a full shoulder movement, yeah? So lifting up, back and down. So feet are still at the moment, but just working through those lovely shoulders. That's it, great, thank you. Lovely, couple more. And just feel that tightness and any crunches just going away, subsiding maybe. Great, and then back to your march. Okay, so in standing, we're going to take our feet wide. If you're sitting, same thing. We're going to lean down to one side, pull the muscles in your belly in and come up to standing. Reset here. So relax your shoulders and then lean down to the other side and reset. So start to lift the other elbow up as well. So you're sliding one hand down the thighs and one hand lifts up the waist up to the ribs. And this is really great, especially if you're sitting, to lean down to the side, pick up something off the floor, but it actually stretches out the ribs and the waist. That's it, good. And then we're going to come back to that march. So, nothing too fast. Take your time, because we're going to make it bigger. So we're going to swing those arms even bigger. So take the elbows right back, and the hand comes to the hip. Suck your belly in, tuck your bottom under for a great posture. Great. So you can see that my arms are sliding along my waist. Okay, so I'm not kind of sticking them out here, because what we're doing is we're working the shoulders still. Slow it down, slowly. Lovely. We're not in endurance yet. We don't want you puffed out yet. Okay, feet come nice and still. Bend through the knees and make that little half a circle to the front. And then to the side, to the front, to the centre, side. And you should feel that movement into the hips. If you're sitting, so Eric, if you want to pop your hands on your thighs, everybody else carry on. Violet, if you want to sit for some of this, that's fine. Make this little lovely big circle in your chair. But we're keeping the spine long here. We're not bending, so it's safe for your spine. Lovely. If you're standing, those lovely hip circles, and that gets right into the hip sockets, doesn't it? You can sometimes feel it reaching into the hip sockets, but actually into the lower back as well. Back to your march. That's it, good. And then we're going to come into that little twist. So seated, you can slide your hands up and down the thighs. In standing, if you want to hold on, you can hold on and take a twist. If you don't need to hold on, you can pop your hands across your shoulders, opposites, drop your elbows, okay? So your elbows aren't up here. You're not doing the Russian dance. You're going to just take your body to the side. Now, soften the knees again and try to keep the knees still and facing the front. And that means that you're working through the ribs and the waist rather than the hips and the ankles, okay? So you're steady, your hips are facing forwards, and that restricts that movement, and that's fine. Breathe. And you won't get a big movement here if your knees are still. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. This is focused stretching, okay? Focused mobilization, circulation, and then back to your march. Are we okay? Give me a thumbs up. Lovely. Okay, coming into endurance now. So we're going to tap to the side. And we won't be here for long because we do want to do some work into those lunges again. Yay, you say. And I know it was tiring last week.
Thumbs down, Eric said.
He said what?
Thumbs down.
Oh, it's good for you. No, Eric, we've got to get you up and down. It's good for you. I know it hurts your ankle, but we can adapt it for everybody. And if you can't do it today with us now, we'll send you the video and maybe you can do it on the bed. Maybe you can practice on the bed. Yes, good. Because you get on and off the bed, you get on and off the toilet, you get on and off a chair. So you are getting up and down. It's just slightly different. Okay, we're going to step. So step over.
They love their step overs.
They do.
Don't
So
they, Pat?
lots of feedback about step overs, stepping over your cat. So you can support yourself with a chair or a wall or a cupboard. So we're stepping with one leg and then the other leg lifts as high. Okay, so you don't want to kick your cat with the second foot. You want to miss it. Okay, you've got to be kind to your cat today. That's it. So lift, step over together. Lift, step over together. Lift, together. And sometimes it helps to say that. Lift, together. Lift, lift, together maybe. Depending on what your legs are doing. And we know that sometimes, you know, most of us have one side that's either weaker or less mobile. So it's really important that we try to lift both. If you're sitting, it's a tap out, it's a lift and a tap. So here it's a lift and a tap and bring it back in. So you can see I'm lifting my leg up and over and up and over. Good. So lifting the legs doesn't look much, does it? But it makes you puffed out and that's okay. As long as you could speak to me, if I said, are you okay? You could say, yeah, I'm all right, Pat. We don't want you like that. No. Okay, we want you to be able to breathe and talk.
You all right,
okay.
Pat?
I'm fine. I was just demonstrating.
Oh, I see.
I am puffed out though. Okay, march. Lift your heels if you're sitting. Slight recovery here. Okay, so we're going to lunge. So I'm going to lunge to the outside edges of my chair and I'm going to go alternate legs. So I'm stepping away from my chair and I'm going to step out and take the weight through my front leg, step back. I'm going to do it without my chair. So imagine this is my chair. Step out, lean. step together, but I come back to that wide base of support every time. I can't stress that enough, okay? Because you're steady. You can go in different directions and you come back to that steady point. You can use your hands to hold on. You can use your arms to just maybe opposite to counterbalance. Seated, it's exactly the same. So if you're seated, take a step forwards and lean into that movement. So you get that feel of stepping, lunging and feeling your weight forwards. That's it. So still remembering your posture here. We're not looking down. What would happen if I look down? I'm more likely to topple. So eye gaze is lovely, not kind of forwards, but almost 45 degrees. So in your direction, in the direction you're going. If you need to rest, rest, but pump your heels or squeeze your toes. That's it, lovely. Good, and this is all part of getting on and off the floor movements. Good, and then just lift the heels. Just a gentle lift. Are we okay? Okay, we're just going to come into some high knee lifts. So we're going to lift, lift, slowly, slowly. So you can see that I'm lifting my knee in front of me. I'm relaxing my feet. Relax your toes so that you don't get any cramp. And this is slow. In seated, you can sit back a little bit in your chair because it's quite tough on your hip flexors, on the fronts of your hips if you're sitting. Lovely, Max, good. And if you've had a break, then just take it easy. You can always do the video another time and practice. So lifting, lift. Why do we need to do this? So climbing up the stairs. Stairs are hard. Stairs make you puffed out. Getting into and out of your car, or mostly steps, hills, climbing. That's it. What we're doing is we're tightening the muscles in the front and we're stretching the muscles in the back. So it might be a bit uncomfortable for some of you. Lovely. So you can see I'm not going very fast. You can practice this at home for your homework. That dreaded word, but actually it's a lovely word, isn't it? Yes, Pat. Okay, back to that heel pump. Swing those arms for me. And then the lovely squat, knee bend. So feet wide, toes are out a little bit. Last one, and then we'll come to do a little bit of balance. So I'm bending my knees, I'm hinging from my hips, and then I'm squeezing my thighs, pushing through my feet to squeeze and stand up. And I'm not going very fast. So lower down a little bit. If you want to stay seated and do a bunny hop, lovely, Eric, really good. Or just stand, lovely, and do a couple. So just keep an eye on your knees. Not literally, but make sure, well, you can check them and then don't look again. Make sure, let me come here, how can I show you? So here, my knee is going over my toes, okay? They're not coming in like that. And sometimes we can't help it because our muscles are weak or weaker than they should be. So if they do come in, try and, as you come up, squeeze, push those knees out, and then you're working the right muscles. And it's better that you do 1 or 2 with a great technique than doing 10 not very well. Okay. And then march. Just lovely. Well done. Just lift the heels to recover. Fantastic. You wonderful people. Right, are we okay? So we're just going to tap again. Tap, tap, tap. So again, posture. Think pelvic floor. So here we can practice pelvic floor exercises anywhere. And people shouldn't know that you're doing it. You shouldn't be lifting your eyebrows or looking like you're surprised. So just imagining a tightening from the back to the front. And then squeezing and letting go a little bit. Squeezing and letting go. And then just holding with a little bit of tension. is really good for you. Okay, we're going to take our feet nice and wide and into our sway, our lovely wide base sway, which you can do anywhere, not at the bus stop. Hey. Well, you could do it at the bus stop, I suppose. Could you? Like. If you've got something there, yeah. People might think you're a bit bonkers, but
no one cares.
But we are.
Don't care.
We don't care.
No. You shouldn't have to worry about what other people think of
we
us.
don't worry, do we? People
They're
just think you're having a lovely time. A lovely little jig. Okay, just one arm. Little push up. It helps to be bonkers, I think. Lovely. And then no arms, just a side to side. Little sway. And then we're coming to balance. So hopefully your heart rates should have come down enough for you to go, hi, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm okay. And give me a thumbs up if you're okay. Fabulous. Lovely. Good. Okay, a little bit of balance work. So we're going to come up onto tiptoes again. We did this last week, but we're going to walk. So we're going to come up, just watch first. We're going to come onto tiptoes, bend your knees, do a little walk, and come down onto the whole foot again. And then we go again. So feet are hip width or wider, onto your toes, the balls of your feet, and then pop down again. Now we know if you've got arthritic changes in your feet, ankles, it can be painful. Do what you can. But so soften your knees so they're slightly bent. Hold on to your support if you need to. And pop down again. Come up, we won't be here very long. 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. And this really strengthens the ankles, the calf muscles. You might feel it into the calves. Try and put the weight through your big toe and second toe. Couple more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then last one. Up on your toes. 8, 7. You don't have to do 8. Lovely, and down. Just have a little shake or a move. Just wiggle, maybe circle through the knee to release off the ankles, because we're going to go onto our heels. And that means that you do need some support here. Same in seated, you can still lift your toes, come into a toe raise. You can come with your backs to a wall if you feel safer, so that if you do fall back, you've got a wall, or you can hold onto your chair. Or you can be side on. So I'm just going to lift my toes and then pop them down. I'm going to take my feet a bit wider. Lift and pop the feet down. Do you remember last week we explained why? So if we get, if our muscles, ligaments, tendons get lax, or we don't work through our ankles, we tend to shuffle because we lose the strength and the flexibility in our ankles. You keep going and we shuffle because we can't pick up our feet. And we see this with people with Parkinson's, they shuffle a lot. So it's really important. And some people have foot drop, which means that you lose that ability to pull your toes up. So really important that we lift those toes, squeeze and drop down. Lift and drop down. Good. Lift, drop down. Good. Last one. Good. And then let's walk. Just have a wiggle jiggle. And then we're going to go into our lovely session about getting up off the chair, turning and backward chaining. So we're going to lift toes, little walk, and drop down. We're going to lift the toes, little walk. You only a couple of steps if you want to. Drop down. I can't stay on the spot here. I don't know why. It's weird. And down. So bend your knees. Bend the knees. That's it. And drop down. Oh, I can feel it right into the front of my feet. Can you? I'll show you. I can feel it right here in the front of the ankle. That means I'm working it really well. Okay, so just lift the heel, push the front of that foot away, forwards. So just give it a little stretch. And then the other, push forwards and push forwards. Right, watch out people.
Hiya! Watch out.
Warning, warning.
Cheeky Mary. What's she like?
I was going to say, shall I do a seated version with the bands?
Yeah, let's try that. We're gonna have a quick change around for a second. So you guys just give yourself a little rest. I'm gonna move a Triffid out the way as well.
Move a chair.
Bear with. And then we're gonna demonstrate 2 types of movement. Both times we'll be changing chairs.
Well, you'll need one to lean on, won't you? And
Yeah,
I'll be
fair
sitting
dues.
in one.
Are you right?
You
Oh,
might have to help
crikey.
me. Oh, I've got it.
Oh my
I've done
God,
it.
she's lethal.
So,
Right, hang on. Pat's in the fancy
I
chair.
am. I'm in the posh
So
chair.
I'm going to squidge
gonna
you in
pinch
the
it.
corner. Got your bands?
I do.
And I'm here.
Oh, this is nice.
Right, are you love?
Hey, love.
You're
I haven't seen
right.
you for ages.
Okay, so listen. This is about confidence, okay? Because most people, when I say to them, I need you to kneel down on the floor, most of them say this, right? You can get me down on the floor, but you'll never get me off.
Just in that voice.
In that tone of voice. Okay, so you will say this to me, and I appreciate that. So over the last 12-ish weeks, you're getting stronger. You may have noticed you've been stood up for quite a long period of time during this session, and reflect back to when you first started, yeah? So your confidence is growing. Today we're going to look at rising from the chair, and then we are going to look at lowering the body towards the floor. So it might be, that's as far as we go on this program, it might be that you'll have a go at doing these exercises on a sofa or on your bed, and we will point you to some videos that does exactly that. But in the meantime, we are going to sit in our chairs. Now, Pat is going to demonstrate a seated variation that targets exactly the same muscle groups, okay? So everything I do in stand, Pat will be doing a seated variation. So the point is, you'll all gain something out of this. So, can I firstly have a smile, everyone? Don't look scared. All right, we're going to do this together. So we're in the back of our chairs to start with, and we're going to look to hip walk forward and backwards. We're all really familiar with this movement. Hip walk forward and backwards. And the point is that you're proper lifting your bum cheeks. That's what I need you to do, like you've got a bit of wind. And it's important that you do that so you're proper leaning and your feet are walking as you're moving forward and backwards. Got it? So Pat's chair is slightly lower than my chair.
And it's fabric.
And it's
hard.
fabric, so very quickly your bum catches on fire. So we're going to finish at the front third of the chair. This is when we rise to stand, okay? So it is heels back, breath in, nice and tight, strong stand.
And I'm doing a bunny
Pump
hop.
the heels. Hang on.
Sorry.
Pat is bunny hopping. Okay? So one or t'other. Right, now from here, we in stand are going to walk forward, and then we're going to do a little turn. So Pat's out of camera. Right, so I'm turning and looking at the chair with surprise. Hi, chair. Big step forward towards the chair and a grab. I'm just going to roll my wrists forward and back. My shoulders are coming forward and back, and then I step together, rise, turn. Okay, but this time I'm going to go again. I'm walking a couple of steps.
We can march our heels.
Turning. Pat's marching heels. Big step towards the chair, grab the chair.
No.
Okay, and I'm just moving forward and backwards. This is wrist bone loading, and this is core work. Stepping together and rising. There's your balance work. Turning. This is your endurance work. Excellent, team. So this time we're going to spend a bit more time focusing on the back knee, okay? Pat is going to do a leg press. Okay, the rest of us are walking forward, We're turning. Big fat stride, big lunge towards the chair. Grab the chair, wiggle, jiggle back foot so it feels comfortable. Lower the knee towards the ground and rise once. Let's do this 3 times. Lower the knee towards the ground and push up. 3rd time, lowering the knee towards the ground, pushing up, stepping together. Then we rise up. Then we turn. My favourite bit is trying to remember which knee was lowering to the ground.
And we're swapping sides in seated.
So in seated, we're swapping sides. In standing, we're walking away from the chair. Turning, oh hello chair. Big fat lunge. Grab the chair. We might be on the other knee. 3, wiggle, jiggle that back foot. Lower the back knee towards the ground. So your eye gaze goes from looking at the chair seat to looking at the chair back. Lowering and lifting. 3rd time, stepping forward. Praising the Lord. You got up. Return. Stay. Feel the chair on the back of your legs. Push your booty out. Sit in the back of your chair and go, whew. Crikey Charlie. How do we feel?
They look good.
Can we get Bob up to standing?
Bob, are you able to stand up? That's it. Come and have a sit down, lovely.
Anyone stuck? We got you all in. Good, 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 good. So that's kind of, so what I want you to do right now is reflect. How did that go? Was it scary? Yes or no? Anyone felt scared? No? Great. Everyone felt confident that they could actually push their back knee off the ground?
Colette's like, not sure.
Yes or no? Thumbs up. Not sure, not ready. So, okay, so we got a bit of a mixed bag. We expect that, okay? We're all very, very different with very different capabilities. So, and the point is, no matter whether you're sat or standing, you are still giving it a go. And all the exercises Pat performs in sit, same muscle groups. So we're still on that journey. This is still graded exercise where we're making improvements all the time. Well done. You okay?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
While we're seated, let's have our bands and work through some leg movements. I'm going to stay on this lovely comfy seat. So we're going to take the band underneath your thighs. Put your knees together, walk your feet together, and then take one band over, take one side over and then the other side over. So you've crossed over, okay? And then hold it in the middle. No wrapping the band around, okay? And then sit up for me. So sit upright. And then we're going to walk the feet out. So your knees are in and your feet are out. And then I want you to slowly take those knees apart. So you've got resistance on the band and then slowly allow them to come back in. And then we go again. So we repeat, sending the knees wide and bringing them back in. Slowly though. Out, out. And for about 4 and then in for about 4. And keep going. So this is really great for the muscles around your hips, around your groins, around the tops of your thighs to strengthen them. And this is the equivalent, and we'll show you next week, of those little side leg lifts that we showed you on the floor last week. So you can do these in the bed, or you could do these sitting watching the telly. So slowly out, and I've wrapped it over so that I have that resistance. So make sure it goes over one side and then the other and hold in the middle. So out, out, in, out, out, and in. Hold it there and just have a rest because we're going to add on now. But I just need you to rest your hips because it can be quite uncomfortable if you're not used to it. Okay, now we're going to go out and hold it there. And we're going to make tiny little pulses out and in. Tiny little presses out and in. If you feel dizzy, pump your heels. So if you feel dizzy, stop and just pump your heels. Rest. That's quite strong, isn't it, into your hips. Let's do it one more time. So take some breaths. Try not to hold your breath while you're doing this, okay? So take those knees out and we're going to do tiny little presses. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Lovely. And then relax those legs back in. Phew, well done. Lovely. Okay. Let's do a little hand, because you've worked quite hard again. Well, you always work hard. While we've got bands, let's just do a little wrist strengthener. I love this one. I love them all actually. So we're going to take hold of the band, hold it at the bottom with one hand, hold it at the top, bring it into your chest and kind of hold it close to you like you're wringing a dishcloth, tea towel, and send it away to me and then push your wrists away from each other and then bring it in. So I want you to squeeze the band the whole time. So we're looking at working on grip strength. So how tightly can you grip this band? Can you give it a good old squeeze? It's full of water and you're wringing it out and you're bringing it in closer to your chest and then sending it out. Bringing it in and sending it out. Lovely. Bring it in, send it out and in. Lovely. Now, same movement, but we're just going to swap. So top hand goes underneath, bottom hand goes on the top. And adjust your hand so that you do have a squeeze on when it's in. And then we squeeze away, bring it in. Squeeze away, bring it in. Keep going. Are you squeezing right through all of your fingers? This will help you with opening those jars and bottle tops and things. Lovely. Good. Bring it in and hold it there. You won't be able to do it, but can you try and pull and release? Pull and release. Just add in resistance through those wrists, through those fingers. It's quite tough, isn't it? But working through the upper body, the arms, the shoulders. Swap hands and do it again. So bottom hand on the top and pull. And pull. Good. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Couple more. Nice, gently, smoothly. Lovely. And last one. Good. And then you can throw it at me. Oh, get rid of your bands. Let's cool you down. Well, stretch you out and get you mobilized. So we're going to stretch out everything that we work. So let's open those fingers and close. Big open, push those fingers out wide and let them in, relax. Open. That's quite strong into your fingers, isn't it? Can you feel them, that you've worked them? Lovely. And we forget about certain parts of our bodies, don't we? That they still need to be moved.
I really struggle with my hands and feet.
Yeah.
Especially in the morning. My fingers really ache and I do a set of these.
Do you? Yeah. It's good for you. Okay, let's wiggle them. Move those fingers. Like from the little finger, pinky finger to the thumb. And then back again. Oh, can you do it that way? Thumb. Takes a bit of focus, doesn't it? A bit of concentration. And then we're going to go wrists, so open, fingers close.
So fingertips, the bottom of your fingers.
Yeah, and
then the middle of your palm.
Yeah.
And then your wrist
and then your
joint,
wrist, let me show
your
you from
wrist
the side.
crease.
Ooh.
And then roll them out again.
And then roll them out. So trying to touch the fingers together, and then the fingers to the middle of the palm, fingers to the wrist, and then roll out. Let's do it one more time. Lovely. And roll out. And then we're going to go spread out. Put your thumbs in. Then curl your fingers around. Bend your wrists. Open and close. Da-na-na. Open and close.
No elbows.
No elbows. Tuck your elbows in. That's it. Then open your fingers. Uncurl your thumbs. Roll through those wrists one way and then the other way. Lovely. And then roll one shoulder then the other. So just relaxing, stretching, releasing those muscles that we've worked. Lovely. Okay, take your feet nice and wide, take your hands behind you, pull those hands down and out, or just open the chest. So we're trying to send the shoulder blades together, squeeze those shoulder blades together, but keep breathing. And just feel that stretch into the back, into the chest, and a squeeze into the back. It's lovely. Okay, opposite. So hands come over the knees, send the hands right down, curve the spine, drop the chin to the chest, and just relax. Oh, that's quite nice. Wiggle jiggle if you need to.
Go.
Wiggle jiggle.
See you next week.
Relax
Bye.
these shoulders. That's it, and roll back up. Let's work, let's just stretch out these shoulders. So one hand to the shoulder, lift the elbow, give it a little nudge, and lift the chest, open the chest up. Breathe. If you can, we're going to take that arm up and over your head. So this is where you need wide feet to stop you falling off the side. Come forwards and out in that stretch. Other side, hand comes forwards, palm up, hand to shoulder, lift the elbow. Now you might need to give it a little nudge back. And then you might be looking down, lift your chin up, open the chest, lift the chest. Lovely. And that's when you get a stretch. So from here to a lifted position, and you stretch out the back of the arm. Take the hand above your head and then over your head, whichever way that is.
Thanks,
Bye.
Pat.
All
We've
right.
got to go.
Okay, bye Chris, thank you, thanks
Bye, love.
Stuart, and come out of that stretch. Okay, little leg stretch. So take one leg away, and we did this to start with in the assessments. Lean forwards from your hips, feel that stretch into the back of the thigh, the back of the knee. Take some breaths. You should have cooled right down by now. And leave the leg there. Squeeze the toes up towards the knee. Relax, squeeze, relax, and then bring that foot in. Other leg. Straighten off the leg. Lift the chest and lean forwards. Breathe. Breathe. Lovely. You should feel that stretch in the back of the leg. And then we're going to sit up. Relax the foot off, squeeze the toes, relax and squeeze, and feet come in. Let's just stretch the neck off. So just drop the ear to one shoulder. Keep your eye gaze forwards though, so we're not kind of lifting the chin here. Just feel that lovely stretch, and then lift up. Ear comes to the other side. Ooh. Breathe. Lift up. Chin to chest. Slowly, smoothly. And look up, and then slight lift of the chin. And then settle in your chairs for a little bit of relaxation. I'm really comfy here. I could get used to this. So, feet nice and wide. Close your eyes if you can. Take a long breath in through the nose and a longer breath out through the mouth. You're just going to focus your tongue on the back of your teeth. So just push your tongue on the back of the teeth, on the roof of the mouth, which just rests the jaw. Just breathe. Just simple today. So just separate the teeth. Close your eyes. Just working around the head and shoulders, taking any tension away. And sometimes it helps to just squeeze your nose, your teeth, your eyes together, crunch up your face really tightly, and then relax. Relax a little bit more. Let it all go. The tension in the forehead, between the eyebrows, the eyelids and the cheeks, temples, jaw, mouth, lips. Relax the shoulders. And just be aware of that evenness. So holding your head in the centre of your shoulders. Relaxing the hands, the elbows. Relaxing the fingers. Just resting against the back of your chair. So you're safe. Feeling your body against the chair. So your back, your bottom, the backs of your thighs. You're safe and secure. Your feet are resting on the floor. Feet are apart. Your toes are separated and relaxed. So your whole body is resting and recovering. And you're just listening. Not really focusing on anything. But I want you to just pay attention to your breath. Can you hear your breath? Can you hear yourself breathing? Are you aware of your heartbeat? Can you hear any sounds around you? And then come back to your breath. That breath that is automatic. You don't need to think about it. And just feel the breath entering through the nose and leaving your body. And it's okay to take shallow breaths. Sometimes we need to take deeper breaths. If we want to focus or relax, it's good to take a couple of deep breaths in and let it go. One more. And then we just start to move, lift the toes up inside the shoes. Lift the toes up and down. And then lift the heels one at a time. Maybe turn the head to one side as if you're looking over your shoulder. And then to the other. Maybe sitting more upright. And roll through the shoulders. Open your eyes. Roll through your wrists one way. And then the other. Have a little stretch or a big stretch. Oh, put your hands together and give yourself a big round of applause, and well done for today. You worked really hard, and yeah, we'll keep doing what we're doing for the next few weeks. So practice, do your homework. It will get easier, hopefully. So join us next week for Move More, and thanks for joining us. Take care.